Hello everybody. So I'm going live again, once again from Medellin as well in Colombia. So I shouldn't actually be here today, but I am. And so I'll come on quickly so I can talk to you about the reason why I'm still here. So this morning I checked out of my hotel and the plan was to get to the airport for around sort of 7:30, 8 o'clock because I had a flight for early in that morning. So I ended up taking 2 taxis to get to the airport, and I arrived, and as I went into the airport, the lady that was on the front desk there said to me, who are you flying with, in Spanish basically, and I told her Viva Air, and she basically said there's no flights available, they're not flying today. So I couldn't really understand what else she was saying because obviously I only speak a little bit of Spanish, but I was just understanding that my flight wasn't flying. So I thought I'll go and check it out myself and I'll go and discover the reason why this would be. So I walked around the airport for a little while and I realised that there's sort of like the company's almost gone bust, but it's gone on strike as well, or they ceased trading, something like that, or they're selling the company. So for me, I had the flight booked today to go to the north of Colombia, which is Santa Marta, and I should be there right now. I had my accommodation booked, obviously I paid for the flight, etc. But I wasn't able to go. So as I sat there thinking what am I going to do whilst in the airport, I looked for alternative flights, and there was literally one that would fly to Santa Marta this morning. So I looked into booking that flight, and it was crazy because obviously everyone else was in the same boat. The flight was more like $200 rather than I think the $30 or $40, $50 that I paid for it in the first place. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna change the location where I'm gonna go instead. So I started looking at different places where I could go instead, because obviously I had all my bags packed, and every single flight seemed to be really expensive because of obviously the supply and demand. So you know what, I thought about it and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go back to Medellin where I first started off. And I'd just done a week-long retreat here in Medellin, about an hour or 2 hours away from Medellin where I am now. And on the way back, I remember saying to myself, and I said to a few of the others that I was with, that I wish that I would have stayed in Medellin for a little bit longer. And I believe that I've almost manifested this into my life by the flight being cancelled today, because I was so adamant that I wanted to stay a bit longer, but because I'd already booked the flight, it wasn't possible for me to stay longer. So as much as I don't want my flight to be cancelled, and I've lost out on potentially, say, with 4 taxis in total, probably say $70. But in my mind, deep down, I really wanted to stay in Medellin for a few days longer. So my wish or my desire has been granted, or it's come true, because I thought about it that much. And it's the same in life. When you want something that much, and when you have it clear in your mind what it is that you want, the universe will bring it into your life. Sometimes it won't come the way that you do want it, but it will come into your life. So for me, I wanted to stay here for a bit longer. I've ended up losing out a little bit of money on the flight, etc. But I have managed to manifest it into my life. So one more thing that I wanted to talk about quickly before I go is how, I'd say maybe two or 3 years ago, if something like this would have happened to me, say like a flight's been cancelled and they're saying that you're not going to get your money back, etc., no matter how much it is, I would go out of my way to make sure that I complained, or I kicked up a fuss, or I let them know that how angry I was. And I'd be on the phone all morning, sometimes all day. Like, I remember before, I can't remember what it was, but I was on the phone once for so long over a refund. I think it could have been a hotel that I booked before, and they didn't give me the full refund, and I spent my whole fucking morning trying to get a refund of like £40 or something crazy like that. And then I let that morning that I got angry affect my whole day. And the reason why I'm explaining this is because in life, you know, some people, they get pissed off, they get upset, they get frustrated with things that happen in their life, and they let that, say, one bad morning or one bad day then affect their whole week, their whole month, sometimes their whole year, and sometimes even their whole life. You know, some people are holding on to past pain or anger from 10 years ago. They've not let it go, and that's not a good way to live, you know, because you're going to be frustrated through your whole life if you hold on to small things like that. So what I want to say to anyone is, you don't need to complain at everything. You don't need to get the money back or get one up on someone else that's maybe done you wrong in life. Just let go of things, you know. Like, yeah, you might lose out on a bit of money, you might lose out on a bit of time, but nothing is worth your own, say, sanity or your own mental health. No amount of money can pay for your mental health. So whether it's £50, whether it's £100, whether it's £1,000, whether it's £10,000, whatever it is in life, whether it's money you've lost or a person or an object or an item, don't get so caught up to these things and don't hold on to them and get frustrated about potentially losing something or not receiving something that you expected, because it's going to piss you off, it's going to frustrate you, it's going to make you angry, and it's going to stress you out. And that is unnecessary stress that nobody needs, because unnecessary stress is a killer. And believe me now, it shows up in other areas of your life. So as I sort of end this now, I want to say to anybody, let go of that past pain, let go of that anger, and don't try to get things back. Like, just let them go. Let go and grow. Because if you don't let go, that thing, whatever it is, whether it's the money, whether it's the person, the people, the items, it's going to hold a piece of your life for the rest of your life until you say forgive those situations, or until you let go of them. They will always hold a piece of you and your life and your sanity, your mental mind. So don't let those things take over your life. Forgive them, let go of them, and just move on with your life. So thanks everybody for listening. I hope to speak to you again soon, and we'll catch you on the next live.